Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us, while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Takaamahara ni kamsumarimasu.
Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite sumeni oya kamu izanagi no mikoto tsukushi no imuka no tachihana no odo no ahagi harani bisogi harai tamo utogi ni narimaseru harai dono o kami tachi moro moro no marago totsumi kegare o harai tamae kiyome tamae toma o sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami ya o yorozu no kami tachi tomoni ame no fuchigoma no mini furita tete kikoshi meseto kashikomi mumaosu Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakihae tamae Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakihae tamae Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakihae tamae Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakihae tamae Kam nagara tamachi haemase. Kam nagara tamachi haemase.
Great God of light, creator and giver of all life,
In accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of chanting and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan.
please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
May God the Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teaching. So polishing, even diamonds, so highly treasured, are as dull as sand pebbles until polished to their much appreciated luster. Spiritual cleansing occurs in the physical world when people come together, both the good and the bad, to polish each other's souls. Those purified in body and spirit can pass through times of great tribulations with much ease. You cannot judge conclusively if someone or something is good or evil. In the eyes of God, even evil has a purpose. As a matter of fact, the polishing of your soul, your spiritual training and cleansing, are a result of the dark forces. Dark forces make you suffer, and in the training that ensues, your soul is getting polished. Therefore, dark forces are like rubbing stones that train and cleanse good people. To make a good sword in olden times, a smith first thrusts the raw metal into a hot fire. Once it had softened sufficiently from the heat, he withdrew the metal, hammered on it while it was still hot, and then thrust it into cold water. This process was done over and over again until the raw material had been forged into a beautiful, powerful sword. The same process applies to our own lives. Who hasn't had to face the hot fires of criticism, the hammering of persecution, and the cold waters of rejection? Since ancient times, those who have accomplished truly great things have suffered unusual hardships, like the forging of a sword. The spiritual explanation is that the greater a person's mission is to be, the harder are the trials first endured. So, we should be grateful for all difficult experiences.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service. Thank you for joining us in our prayers for world peace. This evening, I want to share with you the faith experience of Graziella Lacerda Cabral Junqueira from the Brooklyn Johrei Center in São Paulo, Brazil. Graziella, who is now 40 years old, has been a Johrei member for 24 years. She's a lawyer and has worked in large law firms where a competitive atmosphere was often prevalent. Graziella always remained firm in following Meishu-sama's footsteps, being able to manage the issues that arose before her very well. However, in May of 2021, she experienced an emotional crisis, something which had never occurred before. She found herself worrying excessively about various situations at work. Graziella would wake up in the morning in deep sweat, thinking of some omissions and/or errors that she may have made while being responsible for certain legal matters. Graziella became excessively tired physically and mentally. She frequently experienced insomnia and she was constantly irritable. She feared that she was suffering from some sort of psychological disorder. Graziella reported her struggles to her minister, who addressed the issue of her own attachment and of being overly concerned. The minister guided her to turn over this attachment to God and Meishu-sama, and to remain firm in her dedicated service to the divine work. Graziella made the decision to receive an hour of Johrei every day, both at home and at the center. Graziella intensified her reading of the teachings, made efforts to choose and consume more nature-farmed and organically sourced foods, while enhancing her regimen of physical exercise. Around the same time, she assisted several center's members and visitors with love and affection, giving them hope to overcome their difficulties and to become happy and useful instruments in the construction of paradise on earth. In this way, Graziella experienced different situations and found herself involved with both her own personal transformation as well as those with whom she was helping. Her heart felt filled with joy and gratitude for being able to be useful to God and Meishu-sama, even while going through moments of her own purification. Within 6 months, her unfounded concerns had completely dissipated. She once again slept well, felt stronger, and developed a deep sense of peace and gratitude. Even when some adverse situations may arise, she remembers to hand the matter over to God, release her worries, and focuses in serving the divine work. By doing this, her days go smoothly. Graziella feels very grateful for the purification she experienced, which both strengthened her and taught her the importance of turning to God in times of difficulty. Her commitment is to serve more and more, following Meishu-sama's footsteps, seeking to achieve a continuous state of tranquility, which is an ideal of our faith. Thank you very much for listening to this faith experience, for attending the service. I wish you a wonderful weekend.
This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed evening.